Well, hello, Christine. It's Ida here, and me and Natasha have chosen Abbey Road. Yeah, the sun. Here comes the sun. And before I talk about the song, I think you should try to listen a little bit. So yes, here it comes. It seems like since it's been here, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Yes, and it's called Here Comes the Sun, and it is from the Beatles. The song is from the album Abbey Road, and it came out in 1969. Um, yes, it's a fun story about the name Abbey Road to the cover because it was inspired of the Beatles' favorite record company in London. And yes, the road they walk on, it's called Abbey Road. So yes, it's very funny, I think. It's also the last album together as the Beatles, so it's their last, yes, album. Knew that it was their final album, and then they wanted to present a fitting farewell to the world. And however, the group members decided that they intended to split after its completion. They liked this song very much, and their time together was amazing, and they have a lovely time. And yeah. Well, when I have talked about the album, I will now talk about the music and a little about how the members like this song and how it came to their minds and how the song was for them. So, well, John Lennon, who plays rhythm guitar, and Paul McCartney, who plays bass, and George Harrison, he plays lead guitar, and this last member, Ringo Starr, who was playing drums. So there was this four numbers of the Beatles. The Beatles was in 1960s the most popular group in the whole world, and yes, the group started in Liverpool, and yeah, they ended in 1950s. After the 60s, the Beatles became a big development of pop and rock music. Yes, I'm gonna talk about this song right now, so I play the song in the background so it's more comfortable. And I like the song too, so it's yeah. Um, I hope you can hear it, Christine. Yeah, I can. But the song, Here Comes the Song, was a song who was unexpected for the group. The member of the Beatles, George Harrison, wrote the song in Eric Clapton's garden. Eric Clapton was a really good friend of the group. Yes, he was friends with the Beatles. The song was inspired by the long cold winter in England in 1969, and Eric Clapton's tell in a documentary that it was a very beautiful spring morning, and Eric and George was sitting in the garden and with their guitars. Um, and when they were sitting in the garden, suddenly the sun was shining, and George Harrison and Eric, they think it was so beautiful, and then they just started to play with their guitars, and yeah, and then George Harrison just began to sing "Here Comes the Sun," doodle doodle, and suddenly the song was on the last album of the Beatles, and it's so beautiful. it's a very nice thought that such a beautiful song can just make one happy and make you happy. And I listen to it almost every day because I think it is a very good song. Oops, what's it's going on? Okay. The language in the song is very easy to understand, and I think there's a metaphor in the song. Little darling, it has been a cold, lonely winter. It means that it have been a long and dark winter in 1969 in England, and it have been a long time since they have seen the sun, and all smiles from faces were turned back because the sun is back. They are very happy because the sun is back. The ice slowly smelting, and the sun shine. It's a very beautiful song, and I like it very much. So it's why I picked it with Natasha, because we just began to smile, and yes, it's what I have with this Beatle assignment, Christine. So I hope you have enjoyed your weekend, and I'll see you soon. Hi.